Okay. Okay, Mrs. Knox.
I'm trying to get my questions back. Pat, ask me the next question, please.
Okay. I don't have time to complete a Medicaid application for my children because I work 12-hour shifts and sometimes more a day, 5 days a week. I am off work on Saturdays, but of course, the Medicaid offices are closed on Saturdays. How can I apply?
All right. We are available 7/24, the Medicaid assistance. All you have to do is call the main office in Hernando, Mississippi, and they will assist you and get in touch with one of us. We will then take your application online after hours. So you will not have to go to the Medicaid office, but still you will be responsible for Social Security cards, verification of birth, and verification of income. This can be mailed in to the Medicaid office. But any way that we can assist you and helping you to complete your application, we are available 7/24. Just get in touch with us. It doesn't matter. And you will not have to take off work or miss a day of work. We will do
Right.
what we can to assist you.
That's right. And Mrs. Knox, we've also been known to, if they can't get those check stubs in to the Medicaid office, we can assist them with that as well. Okay. Now, we're supposed to have some guests on this evening. They're going to be talking about moms. I believe Dr. Jacqueline Moore and Mrs. Lori Rogers. So we are going to make sure that they're with us tonight. And well, I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and we'll ask another question. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I recently applied for Medicaid for my child and was denied because I did not turn in my check stubs in time for the month that was requested. I now have those check stubs, and I just want to know if I am able to drop them off at the Medicaid office, and can I reapply for Medicaid? Okay, the answer is yes, you can. You can reapply for Medicaid, and again, we are also available to assist you with the application. So you can give us a call at 662-298-3584 and just ask for an assister, and we will be glad to assist you with that application. Now, if you're in an area and if you don't want to complete the application online, then we can meet you at a public place in your area, for instance, a library, and we can assist you in person. But however we do it, we have to have your consent, and we complete it with you. And we make sure that it gets to the Medicaid office. Okay, well, we are going to take a commercial break at this time, and then we're going to come back and we will be hearing from Mr. Clarence Campbell. And again, we just thank you so much for tuning in for this month's edition of Ask Mary and Pat.
There are Mississippians applying for health insurance that may not qualify for a program. However, we all know it is important for families to have health insurance. This is why Healthy Kids Mississippi has been working with our state's federally qualified community health centers, or FQCHC, to help our fellow citizens find a medical home. Our organization is focused on raising public awareness about health coverage options for children and their parents through the Medicaid and Children's Health Insurance Program, or CHIP, in the state of Mississippi. Our process is simple. Our organization's assisters seek out Mississippians. Once our assisters gather the necessary information from the consumer, they apply for insurance programs on behalf of them when consent is given. When the application process is complete, the applicant will find out by mail if their application has been approved. We want to help as many families in Mississippi as we can. To learn more about our organization, please visit us on our website, healthykidsms.org, or give us a call at 662-298-3584. We welcome you.
All right. Again, we thank you so much for tuning in to Ask Mary and Pat. And now we're going to hear from Mr. Clarence Campbell. There he is.
Alt S to bring the screen up and find this presentation. Nope, that's not it. Well, it was supposed to be right up here, ready to go. Let's try it again. All right, is the screen sharing?
Yes.
It is, okay. Okay, so we're going to talk just a little bit about Children's Eye Health and Safety Month. Okay, so National Health Observances, also known as NHOs, are special days, weeks, or months dedicated to raising awareness about important health topics. Each month, the Office of Disease Prevention and Health Promotions, they feature select national health observances, NHOs, that align with our priorities for improving health across the nation. The National Baptist Convention USA, through their Project Hope, also supports and participates in the observation of these national health observances. So each month, NBC Hope, they choose some of the multiple observances that they may have available, and they focus on them, they feature them. For the month of August, the observance is the Children's Eye Safety and Health Month. And so what this is going to be, it's a little brief conversation about four hidden signs of vision problems in kids. Since summer's been winding down and families of school-age children have scrambled to get ready for new school year, they may have overlooked the necessity of healthy vision. As children grow and change from year to year, so do their eyes and vision. School demands intense visual involvement. It doesn't matter if the children are in the classroom or learning from home. And certainly we remember from the pandemic how children were displaced from the schools because of the quarantine, and they had to do all their learning at home. Okay, so learning, and this still goes on. There's still a lot of homeschooling and a lot of home classes, homework that children will do online at home where they're looking at a computer screen. Learning can involve reading, writing, computer, chalkboard, or smartboard work, and even physical education and sports need strong vision. If their eyes aren't up to the task, a child may feel tired and have trouble concentrating or performing poorly on school tests. Sometimes parents can tell if their child has a vision problem. Their child may squint or hold reading material very close to their eyes. They may also complain about things appearing blurry. And there are also some less obvious signs of vision problems as well. And that's what we're going to talk about. So these are 4 subtle vision symptoms in kids. The first one is having a short attention span. Your child may seem to quickly lose interest in games, projects, or other lengthy activities. And they're losing this interest because they're unable to clearly see what's going on. So if you can't see the game, can't see the characters on the screen for the video game that they may be playing, then after a while they're going to lose interest and not want to play it. Another sign or symptom might be losing their place while reading. As your child reads aloud or silently, they may have difficulty seeing to keep track of where they are on the page. And then third one is avoiding reading and other close activities. Your child may avoid reading, drawing, playing games, or doing other projects that need up close focus. Children can be subtle about it and not tell you about the trouble they're having. And the fourth one is a child may turn their head to the side when they're looking at something in front of them. So rather than looking at it squared off right from straight on, they turn their head and can look out the side of their eye. This may be a sign of refractive error, including astigmatism. When they turn their head, this helps the child see better. So what can you do about it? Well, the eye screenings are crucial. Success in school is closely tied to eye health, so children need regular eye screenings. An ophthalmologist or another trained professional can find and treat vision problems early. And as with all other health issues, the earlier the treatment, the better off your child will be in and out of school. If your children are still having difficulty after their visions are addressed, they may have a learning disability. But vision problems do not cause learning disabilities. They're 2 separate issues. And so if you have any questions or concerns about your child's vision, be sure to ask your child's doctor. And so that would pretty much conclude the little bit of information I wanted to share with you. Is we'll go back up to the top sentence on this slide. Success in school is closely tied to eye health, so kids need regular eye screenings. And so if you have CHIP or Medicaid, certainly eye screenings are covered within these programs. If you don't have CHIP or Medicaid, then there's still help available, particularly at the federally qualified health centers that can make sure that your children get their eye screening so that any problems that they may have can be detected early. Any questions? Okay, well, that's about all I have for today. Thank you for listening. Okay, good. Did we lose Ms. Boga?
CHIP has established itself as a critical piece of the federal state response to children's health care needs. CHIP signed into law on August 5, 1997 by former President Bill Clinton was created to build on the success of Medicaid by giving states the opportunity to receive enhanced federal matching funds to expand affordable health coverage to children and families that earn too much to qualify for Medicaid but too little to afford private health insurance. Over the past 25 years, CHIP and Medicaid have sharply reduced the rate of uninsured children in the U.S. Together, they have successfully kept children connected to health coverage and played an important role during recent economic downturns and public health emergencies in the state of Mississippi. The Children's Health Insurance Program provides insurance coverage for uninsured children up to age 19 whose family's income does not exceed 209% of federal poverty level. Families may earn up to 209% of the federal poverty level and be eligible for CHIP. A child must be determined ineligible for Medicaid before eligibility for CHIP can be considered. Children with current health insurance coverage at the time of application are not eligible for CHIP. Our organization, Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation, is focused on raising public awareness about health coverage options for children and their parents through our Healthy Kids Mississippi initiative. To learn more about our organization, visit us on our website, healthykidsms.org. Give us a call at 662-298-3584 or text us at 662-689-9712. We are always ready to assist.
All right, Ms. Knox, do you have any more questions?
I don't have any more questions, but I would just like to tell the children that are on Medicaid, they are eligible for one eye screening per year, Medicaid or CHIP. But if they are vision, if they have problem with their vision and require glasses, they're eligible for 2 pair of glasses each year. If they break one, you can go in and the parent can go in and get another pair of glasses. So this is something the parent might need to know. So if you feel like like Mr. Clarence said, if you feel like your child needs a vision screening, please take him or her to the doctor and let the doctor refer them, so they won't be missing out on something that can be learned, and then they don't learn it because they don't see.
Thank you for that, Ms. Knox. I see Ms. Bogle. Do you have any more questions?
Okay, yes, we do apologize for the power outage, but we are back for the time being. Let me see. I received a call from someone who stated that their, let me see, here we go. A 19 and 20-year-old child, they were cut off Medicaid. Could you tell me about this? And well, actually, let me read it. Let me reread it. Okay. I received a call from someone who stated that my 19-year-old, my 20-year-old children have been cut off Medicaid. And I would like to know if you could tell me more about that call. Okay. And yes, we received information from the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, that due to the end of the COVID-19 pandemic are unwinding any children 19 years old or above are no longer eligible for Medicaid. Medicaid eligibility for children is from birth to the end of your 19th birthday month. And once you turn 19, you are no longer eligible for Medicaid. There are some exceptions, though, which is if your child is disabled, then you must apply for Medicaid as a disabled individual. And this is an entirely different process. You have to contact our office for the specific application or your local Medicaid office to find out more about that. But again, the age limit for Medicaid is birth to the age 19. And once you turn 19, the end of that birth month, you will lose your child will lose Medicaid. And of course, we don't have expanded Medicaid in Mississippi, so it ends at 19. You have anything to add to that, Mrs. Knox?
Not to that, but just one more thing that I need to tell about. A parent wanted to know, she has 5 children. 3 of the children are on Medicaid. 2 children were turned off Medicaid. And she couldn't understand why were these 2 children taken off Medicaid, because her income had not changed. And after investigating and going through, we found out that one of the twins and another child were taken on someone else's income tax. And they went back and put those children, that income in those children's budget. So they were moved from the Medicaid budget while the other children were on. So it's very important that we stop letting people take your children.
That's right.
That income is going to be counted in those children's budget. And you might have some children on Medicaid and some children off. So when you get this kind of letter, you need to go to the Medicaid office and let them explain to you what children were taken by somebody else on their income tax. And this income was counted in the budget, causing them to be ineligible.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to add to that as well. And if you are applying for Medicaid yourself now, you have to be honest about the situation, because there's a question on there that asks if you're employed or if you receive any income. Now, if that income, now child support is not counted, but if you're self-employed and you report no income, now at the end of the year, now that question is on the application. Now at the end of the year, if you file taxes, then that income is going to show up. So just be mindful of that as well. Okay, Mrs. Knox, you can take the next question.
All right. What's the next question, Pat? Give me the next question. Yes.
Okay, here we go. If we're not eligible for Medicaid or health insurance through the Affordable Care Act, are there any other options?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You are also always eligible to go to the federally qualified health center. Your services are provided on a sliding scale. Most of the time, your medication is free and your service will become free. So always check for the federal qualified health center in your area.
Mm-hmm.
and go. They have good doctors, good pediatricians. Whatever your need is, they are there to help you. So use the resources that are available to you.
Definitely. Okay. What is a renewal? Okay. Now we have a lot of our consumers, of course, their children or their families have been on Medicaid for, quite a few years. So when you receive a letter in the mail from the Medicaid office, after you've applied that following year, that's going to be your renewal letter. That's going to be your renewal notice, okay? So make sure that you open that letter, anything you receive from Medicaid. But make sure you open that letter and read it thoroughly, because it's going to tell you that your Medicaid renewal is due. You have to go back in because things may have changed, the family size or even the family income. And you have to report that. And then you complete a renewal. Now you may even receive an email, or I've noticed lately some of the consumers are getting phone calls. And if they ask you, did your income change? Did your family size change? And if you tell them no, everything's the same, then you don't have to submit that application. But more than likely, you'll receive the renewal notice and you'll have to go in and complete that application for renewal and get that in within the time period that's on that letter. And again, we can assist you with that as well. So again, that number, we want to keep emphasizing that number, 662-298-3584. So that's a renewal. Okay, let me see. Do we have no questions in the chat? We do have a couple more. Let me see. You want me to give you this one, Mrs.
Yes, ma'am.
Knox?
Yes.
Okay. When should I start looking for my renewal notice? Okay.
Renewal notice are usually done within a year. All right. So anytime, like Ms. Boger said, anytime you receive any kind of mail from the Medicaid office, be sure to open it and answer whatever question are asked of you. And if you don't get a renewal form in a year's time, you need to contact the Medicaid office, because you might have moved or your mail might have got misplaced. So you need to contact your Medicaid office and talk to your worker. Say, was I mail a renewal form, or do I need to come in to complete this form? I need to know what is going on in my case so that my case won't be closed. So you need to just stay up on it on your case. If you don't receive one in the mail and you have not talked to them and you have not received an email, you need to contact them and let them know that you have not received one in the mail. And can you do it on the phone, or do you need to come in? That is the best way to handle it, not to wait until your case closes and then you say, well, I didn't know. This is not a good time. The time is to address it before your case closes. If you apply in January, you should get one in December. No later than the next January. If you don't have it, you need to contact the Medicaid office and see why didn't I receive one. If you have moved, you really need to call them in advance and give them your new address, new mailing address, new phone numbers. All this is vital in keeping your case active, that you keep your information current. Now, when you move, you will not have to submit income over again. It's just your new address, new phone number, if someone had moved out the house, whatever. These are changes that we would ordinarily just report.
And we've had consumers that, for instance, a child was in the household and they moved to another state with their father. So make sure you report that. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a reminder, and then we want to take a commercial break, and we may have a couple more questions to share with you. Dr. Jacqueline Moore and Ms. Lori Rogers will be making their presentation during the next Ask Mary and Pat, and that will be next month, okay? And our next third Wednesday Parent Resource Chat will be happening on September the 18th. That's September the 18th at 11 a.m. And we want you to tune in for that. If you look in the chat, you will see the, just click on that link and save that link, and you'll be able to tune in for that. Mrs. Bettina Campbell will be sharing some valuable information during that time, so don't miss it, okay? Now we will take a commercial break. I'll tell you what, we do have a couple of more questions that we can share with you.
All right.
Okay. One of which is, what number do I call to apply for Medicaid? Okay, Ms. Knox, you want to answer that one?
All right. What you would need to do if you don't want to call your local office, you can also call the number that Miss Pat been talking about all the evening. You can call the number, the 662-298-3582, and then you can ask for an sister, and they will connect you with one of the Medicaid assistants, and we will take the application for you with your permission, with the signed consent, and submit it if you would like for us to and then take all the information that's required. And if you can't get it in, then we will assist you in getting it to the local Medicaid office. But the 662-298-3584 and ask for an assistant and tell them you need help in completing the Medicaid application. We will assist you if it's local, if you need us to meet you, like Ms. Bogus said, at a local library, a public, even at a church. We can meet you there and fill it out. We even have manual application. We can do them right there on the spot if no computer is available. We can do them right there and get them in any way that we can do, anything that we can do to assist you in getting your Medicaid application approved. We are available.
Okay, and our final question, it ties into this. Do I have to pay out of pocket for services provided by Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation?
No services come with a fee. All services are free and available to you at all times. Any services that you need, we are available to you without a fee at all times. Call us anytime that you desire, and we will assist you. We are there but to help you at all times.
Yes, indeed.
So it's no reason for your children, if you are eligible, if you even think you are eligible, it's no reason for you not to apply. Don't wait until a child is sick and need medical service to apply for Medicaid. Go now while your children are healthy, so they can get the dental care they need, the vision service they need, the health screening they need. If you think they're eligible, apply.
Right.
If they're not eligible for Medicaid, maybe they might be eligible for CHIP. It doesn't hurt
Yes.
to apply.
Right.
Anything that we can do to help you with Medicaid or CHIP, or
Right.
even any other services, please call
Right.
us.
Right. Because if they're not eligible for Medicaid and CHIP, they will possibly be eligible if it's according to income, they'll possibly be eligible for the affordable healthcare insurance. So call us anyway, because we're here to assist you. And we don't want you to be left behind. Right now, we have an uptick of COVID-19. You know, some people say, you know, it's gone and it's back, and some people say it never left. But however, it is running rampant right now. So we want you to have health insurance coverage before you get sick. We don't want you to get sick, but before you get sick, we want to make sure you have some type of insurance coverage. And I don't see any questions in the chat. Duke, that's our final question. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. And we ask you to join us again next month.
Great job
Mrs.
as
Knox?
always, Ms. Bogle. Any final remarks, Ms. Bogle or Ms. Knox?
No, thank you so much, dude.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks again, everyone, for joining in with us on the August edition of the X Marion Pet Show. Just go over the announcements again. Tomorrow, we will have the premiere, a new monthly webinar series entitled "Let's Talk About Real Estate with Area Mays," and I'm going to drop that in the chat again in case anybody, excuse me, if anyone would like to join us tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. The next third Wednesday Parent Resource Chat is September 18th, 2024. We will let you know you guys' topic in the upcoming weeks. I just dropped the link to both the webinars in the chat, so please take this time now to register for those events, and you'll get tons of reminders about them a week before, hour before, and a day before. You may learn more about us at www.okhillregionalcdc.com and www.healthykidsms.org. You can contact our office at 662-298-3584 or text us at 662-689-9712. Once again, we acknowledge our board chair, Jennifer Garrett, our executive director, Dr. Michael O'Miner, and our project director, Mrs. Lottie Miner. This has been a production of Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation, belonging, building, and bridging in the Mid-South region and across the state of Mississippi.